How are you?
This woman isn't a street performer trying out a ventriloquist act on Nashville's historic Jefferson Street. Dr. Katherine-Brown is actually the founder of Learn CPR America.
It's like honk if you know CPR. If you don't, pull over, and I'm doing like free lessons for people.
Dr. Brown and her mannequin SAL, which stands for Save a Life, will flag down and teach anyone hands-only CPR, whether it's on a street corner or a nearby park, because of alarming statistics.
The lower the socioeconomic status, the least likely they were to receive CPR in an emergency. Your zip code should not determine whether you live or die. Everyone should know CPR.
So now Dr. Brown and SAL seek out people in underserved neighborhoods to teach them hands-only CPR in just minutes.
So the two simple steps are to dial 911 and push hard and fast in the center of the chest. You push 2 inches deep. How many inches?
2 inches.
Yep, and you do about 100 to 120 compressions in a minute. So the song we use is staying alive, staying alive. Push, 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 push.
Dr. Brown started teaching CPR in underserved neighborhoods on Chicago's South Side, and now as a Nashville resident, teaches throughout Middle Tennessee and beyond. She's taught more than 250,000 people so far. In fact, her children now help teach too. This photo taken outside a biker bar where they taught patrons. Dr. Brown's CPR passion started at age 16 because her grandmother and mother, both in nursing, suffered from life-threatening heart issues.
I felt powerless, and I needed to feel empowered.
So Dr. Brown learned CPR. Decades later, her mother was in the hospital in the cardiac intensive care unit. She went into cardiac arrest right in front of Dr. Brown.
The resident froze, and I had to initiate responding to that.
Dr. Brown saved her mother's life. As for the medical resident,
my focus was, how do we make this right? Are you comfortable doing this skill? The answer was no, so let me teach you so that next time you will be comfortable and you'll be able to help save the life. And that was a great outcome.
And life-saving outcomes are Dr. Brown's passion. Since age 16, she's been volunteering at the American Heart Association and recently taught 70 students hands-only CPR.
She is definitely a hero. She is somebody that goes above and beyond, and she's also a connector. So she's always out in the community trying to ensure that she's able to get people to not only learn, but to make connections with one another and build community on top of saving people's lives.
Building community while continuing the CPR mission is even more important to Dr. Brown now, as she promised her mother right before she passed that she'd continue the work.
Our life really is about that dash in the middle, right? You got the date you're born, the date you transition, but what you do in the middle makes a difference. And that's what her life was about, and she taught me that, and that's what my life has been about.
So,
So you'll continue to see Dr. Brown where you least expect her.
Coming into a beauty shop is very random.
where do people come when they get out the hospital? To get their hair done. So I'm gonna lift my hands and you go right behind me and go. Perfect.
I feel good about it. Like if somebody passed out right now, I would most definitely be like, okay, I know that I can give them the chest compressions and know to call 911.
Push, push, push.
And to have my daughter here in the midst of all of this was like a really good thing for her to know hands-on.
So if you were here, you could help her out by kind of encouraging her.
CPR has to be a way of life. It cannot be an option, it has to be the requirement. That's why I teach in such non-traditional places. So you never know when you'll find me, because I might show up at your door.
So we congratulate our News 2 Gives Back Hyundai of Cool Springs hero for the month of August, Dr. Katherine-Brown, for her continuing dedication in providing free CPR training through Learn CPR America.